So the last thing I'll show is a tip or two about creating perspective drawings. You all might have skills that supersede what I'm going to show you, which is fine, but I thought I would just offer up a couple of tips just in case they're helpful. So we got our model here, created some basic facade development. Something that I like to do is just actually explore the model through views. So I start by changing the lens length to be 20, so it's much more wide angle. And then really just kind of like moving around the model, trying to get a sense of like where are the nice spaces, what makes for good views, where you can see the massing, get a sense of the space, etc. Um, and then one thing that I always do is manually type in the coordinates. So I know that this height is 12, so I'm going to try to get my eye height of the camera to be roughly eye height if I was standing on this patio. So if I go to the properties, if you have nothing selected, these are going to be the stats of the camera. And so I'll change that to, let's say, 17, so I'm 5 feet above ground. Something like that. And make sure that your Z on the camera and the target are the same. And that'll make sure that all of your line weights here are the same. Sorry, all your vertical lines are perfectly parallel to one another rather than distorted by looking up or looking down. So that's a preference of mine that I think is a good practice. And then in your named views, you can save it once you have it. I've already saved this for the upper patio. So let's say that's one we want to do, and moving around, I saved a few more using that same technique. And then let's say I want to make a make 2D. So I'm going to select here. I've already exploded the hatches. No. So I'll select all the hatches, explode, and then I'll make 2D here. And then I will hide all the lines. Go maybe into render. Let's see what Arctic looks like. Not a ton of definition, but that'll give us a little bit. And we can do view capture the file. Give it a decent. Yeah, I can go back to shaded. Turn the lines back on. So we have this here. Get some funky stuff showing up down here, so probably want to clean that up. Get rid of these. So you can see we're missing some of this here. So again, I can turn them into drawing that I'm looking for, and then start to get the outlines that I want. So start to fill it in there, and then your same way of doing things, you can export Here you can just do snapshot because you're going to manually open it and scale it. So if you do that, you can do this one a lot quicker. And then if we create a layer for the background image, we can place that PNG. So this you have to kind of do manually. Sort of line it up as best you can. Pretty close. So, not quite all the information you need, but it starts to give you some sense of the space and might give you some helpful clues on how you might produce your own perspectives.